feel that rumbling? Look down. The great whale moves beneath us. They say the world rests on the whale's fins as it mightily worms its way between tectonic plates. Claustrophilic, temperamental, creative, and lonely, the whale is the immortal ancestor of all creatures toothed and fearsome. Amidst the Gulf oil platforms, she is clad in scales so impenetrable that not even breath nor nuclear submarine can pass between them. Deep in the ocean, the whale's nostrils emit smoke, and her sneezes spew lightning. We fear the whale. We wish to command her, to deftly steer her bobbing and weaving. We dream of a day when we can eat her flesh and feast in a tent made of her skin. But foolishly, we forget the man who'd lost everything and knelt by the sea as the tempest roared and the great whale reared up above the waves. The whale has learned more recently to fear us. She absorbs our fear of the dark, our fear of death. In the vast sprinkling of surgical masks, shake weights, takeout bags, straws, and soda bottles, we ooze fear into the oceans. Ingested by the whale, she wriggles angrily. She shakes the earth and stirs the skies. The tempest grows and the man on the shore can't bear it. He wanders on. The great whale weeps silently. Bubbles rise and seas warm. The man wanders further. He goes to the woods. Deeper and deeper he goes until he has no idea where he came from. Exhausted from his journey, he falls fast asleep and dreams. Long ago, forests didn't move around. There was nowhere for them to move. They covered the land. But the big forests were turned into microchips, meat, and mortgages. The remaining little forests feel the mastodon's hot breath on their trunks. They seek the highlands where the mastodon hasn't ventured. They scuttle and migrate. A farmer can awake one morning to find that the forest abutting his land has moved during the night 100 miles away. This is how Chloe re-entered my life. She and her friends live in the canopy of a migrating forest. They are attuned to the forest's movements and know when it is time to pack up camp and begin swinging from the shape-shifting foliage. One morning, a strange and unfamiliar light enters the window of my farmhouse atop a presumably treeless ridge. I look outside and find my fields replaced by a thick grove of trees, a forest with no edge in sight. I've heard this happens, but still, in awe and fear for my garden, I emerge from my house to marvel at the surrounding wood. When I look up, my eyes meet Chloe's. She's been studying my front door from a nearby perch. Over the next 3 weeks, my garden withers in the shade, but I barely notice. I sit under Chloe's branch, and we talk for hours. One evening, Chloe invites me to her branch. I clamber up. Studying each other in detail, Chloe leans forward slowly, and I don't object. She nestles her forehead into that nameless place where my neck meets my clavicle and kisses me, then pulls away. Climbing onto higher branches, I don't dare venture. Word of the forest's new location reaches the logging company, and the buildup of atmospheric carbon draws the mastodon to our little hilltop. Chloe senses the tree's agitation, and the next day I wake up with harsh rays of sunshine penetrating to my pillow. The forest has moved on. The man jolts awake to find a commotion all around him in the forest. The trees sway side to side as if jostled by a gargantuan creature with hooves and claws and horns and a large wet nose. The man knows he isn't safe, and yet he cannot see the source of the violence. He has disturbed something foul, ancient, immense, and just beyond perception. The trees are ripped from the ground. They catch fire. The blaze spreads easily through the dry underbrush. Bring back the ice! Refreeze the Mastodon! The wind howls and the man runs terrified back to the story he knows. He runs back to the museum and stands amidst the bones trying to make sense of it all. And still, the ground rumbles.